how would you guys describe your management of self-storage facilities? How is it different from the way that the REITs currently do it?
Yeah, great question that we get constantly. The biggest principle of the design was getting away from very expensive on-site expense ratios. And the truth is, and there's nothing wrong with this, but traditional management forever, every line item is a profit center for the management company. And that's just part of doing business. But those expense line items went greater and greater year over year for the last 5 years. They've just gone gangbusters. Every year, payrolls shoot up 10, 20%. Marketing shoots up 10, 20%. Repair and maintenance, all of these items that are being marked up just flew through the roof. And so you had no one really cared for 2020 through 2022 because rental rates were going at such a high rate that people were willing to pay those companies exorbitant rates and expense ratios because they were making money hand over fist. Occupancies were at record high, rates were at record high. And then all of a sudden, the market turned completely backwards. Interest rates went up. People stopped moving. 2/3 of storage search demand on Google just disappeared
Hmm.
almost overnight. And so all the expenses kept going up for those companies. And we did a design where we wanted to build something so efficient for owners and for ourselves that we could get to profitability faster than most of the other management companies. One of the largest ones in the space took 10 years to get to profitability and hundreds and hundreds of stores. And so we said, all right, well, if we could build this where it works for ours, then maybe it'll work for others. But the guiding principle was cutting payroll first and foremost. That's the biggest difference between how a traditional store runs and how ours run. Because most now are at an average of $60,000 to $100,000 a year in payroll for a
Right.
lot of other management companies. Well, we can come in and your average pay for a 1099 is $600 to $1,000 a month. That effectively can add $700,000 overnight at some of these stores. Then you
All right.
start looking at the rest of the costs. You don't have support costs like we don't have to charge for district managers like those companies do. We don't have to charge for our call center because it's kind of the whole crux of how we run these properties. And so I think an owner friendlier approach is really what set it apart. And then it was working with owners saying, what are other ways we could help you make money and cut costs? And then that helped with collaboration to put in to build a model that is vastly different. But in reality, we're still doing the same revenue management, the same marketing. We're maintenance of the properties. We just don't have to carry the heavy cost on site, and we can split really, really high level people between a large number of sites to take care of those responsibilities that one manager was just having to get by trying to do. That really is the same management, just completely changed in the allocation of resources and who's responsible for the management.